Well, let's talk about this marijuana thing for a second. We're starting to hear maybe some rumblings from the feds that they could put an emphasis, an increased enforcement emphasis on the states that have recreational legalization. Do you think that's going to happen?
I don't know.
Like 1 in 5 people in America now have access to recreational marijuana.
Yeah, well, there's good and bads with that, and I'm not going to tell you what my feeling is if I support it one way or the other. What I do support is the 10th Amendment, and the 10th Amendment says that we have states' rights, and the voters of Washington voted, and it's my job to support them in that vote, so I will fight for their vote. Again, not telling you how I come down on recreational marijuana one way or the other. They voted. I took an oath to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of both Washington State and the United States of America, and when there's a U.S. overreach, Washington wins in my book.
All right. Good to know. When we talk about your statute of limitations bill coming out onto the floor, have you heard from some of your counterparts there? How are they thinking about this?
I think it's going to go pretty good. Out of the policy committee, it was unanimous. Out of the appropriations committee, there were 3 no's. I've talked to a couple of the no people. And I think 2 of the no people are going to switch their vote to a yes. Here's the problem. Every time a legislator really wants a bill, we go out and ask for what the fiscal impact is for the multiple agencies. And an agency says, well, gosh, a representative wants something, so let's just tag on, it might cost us this much money. So they put $50,000 on it. I don't think it's going to cost $50,000. This is something that we need to ramp up to do. We've not charged these cases long time, in the past yet. So it gives us a prosecutor's a tool in the toolbox, so that $50,000 is kind of erroneous. And some of the people that voted no were like, why would this cost $50,000? I agree, but this happens. It's an opportunity for the agency to leverage a little bit of cash infusion because a legislator wants something. It's a little disappointing, but it's the truth.
I can see that. Oh, Representative Griffey really wants this. Let's see what else we can get from him.
Yes, exactly. But you know what? Here's the deal. I tell everybody in life, you never get what you don't ask for.
That's true.
And so I think that's what the fiscal note is, and I think that's what the problem is. And we won't realize that cost, I believe, right away. This could be 5, 10, 20 years in the future. But here's the deal on these type of crimes. They're serial in nature. Taking one person out of the loop, putting them in prison, these monsters, you could save 100 women or men from being victimized by one of these people. So one prosecution has such a huge possible implication that this is a big deal.
Are these folks already in kind of the CODIS system, or if one person gets tagged, then that will be able to be checked moving forward?
Yeah, so what we can do now is we can do a placeholder charge. If we find a DNA CODIS hit, we can charge that DNA, and then we can work to find that person. And right now, if you are charged of a violent felony, if you will, you and Washington State must provide a DNA sample to be placed in the CODIS database, and that's how we kind of link up the two. And you have the placeholder charge, and then when you get a name on it, you can actually get a conviction.
And then that will be able to cross-reference when multiple.
Yeah, and then you can see that. Oh wow, we got a DNA hit here, and we could close a lot of cases. Wow. I'm excited about giving the survivors a chance. Some hope that these monsters can, will be taken off the street. And you know what? Why should the monsters have any satisfaction that, because it's been 10 years now, I'm scot-free. Yay!
Right.
We can do cartwheels. No, that's not going to be the case. Let's let them worry about it for the rest of their life. And I think that's just the only right way to do this. Let's make Washington State a place where our our young people, our women, our men are taken care of, and we're going to say it doesn't happen here. And if it does, then we're going after you.
I know you've been working really hard on this, and it's great to see the progress that's being made, and I hope for a positive House vote and then in the Senate for sure.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. I do, too.